Students, in this video, I am going to discuss two examples on a continuous problem, and they are basically the dynamic programming problem related examples. But these are continuous cases. That means we can use derivatives. So let's see. A positive quantity C is to be divided into n parts in such a way that the product of the n parts is to be maximum. So obtain the optimum solution. So we have a quantity, we have to divide this quantity into n number of parts such that the product of the quantities which are divided into n parts, if you take the product of those quantities, then that should be maximum. So first we formulate the problem. So if the number C is divided into n parts, say y1, y2, y3, yn, then the problem is to find product, to find y1, y2, yn, which maximize the function y1, y2, y3, the product. This product should be maximum, subjected to the constraint that take the sum, this quantity is equal to sum C, because C is divided into n parts. So their sum is equals to C. However, their product should be maximum. This is the problem. So now we will solve this problem with the help of dynamic programming. So in dynamic programming, basically we have to formulate or a problem stage wise, stages. So in each stage we are having a return function, and basically if you will see the last problem, here we have basically a recurrence relation. Here we have f, here we have f, so that's why this is a recurrence relation. So similarly here we have to construct a recurrence relation. Okay, so step number 1, develop the functional equation, that means recursive equation. So let yi, where I is 1 to n, be the ith part of C, and each I may be regarded as a stage. यानी हम प्रॉब्लम को n number of stages में डिवाइड कर रहे हैं. फाइन. Since yi may assume any non-negative values such that y1 plus y2 plus yi plus yn is equals to C, hence the alternatives at each stage are infinite, because yi may assume any value, any non-negative value. So obviously we are having infinitely many options, hence problem is having infinitely many solutions. Thus it is the problem of a continuous system, because we are having infinite solutions. If these are finite one, then that may be discrete problem, but here yi may assume any non-negative value. So that's why yi basically belongs to a set of non-negative values. For example, this non-negative, so here 0 to infinite. So each yi basically may vary in this set, okay. So hence the alternatives at each stage are infinite, and thus it is the problem of continuous system, and hence the optimum decision at each stage are obtained by the using of differentiation. ठीक. Now let f and c denote the maximum attainable product. F and c is the maximum attainable product, that means this, when the quantity c is divided into n parts. जब हम क्वांटिटी c को n पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करेंगे तो जो प्रोडक्ट आएगा उसको हमने f and c से डिनोट किया है. Depends upon n, because c is fixed, quantity c is fixed. So it is clear that f and c is a function of discrete variables n. N may be 1, that means you are taking the whole quantity as a part. N is 2, that means you are taking 2 parts. N is equal to 3, that means you are taking 3 parts, and so on. So this is the discrete variables. So now we will solve this problem by constructing a recurrence relation, this recurrence relation. So first aim is to construct the recurrence relation. So to construct the recurrence relation, we will start with n is equal to 1. So here we have assumed that quantity C, this is the quantity C, we are taking this as a whole, and hence we can say that y1 is equals to C. Only one part, the whole quantity is basically given to this y1, and then what is the product? Fn, n is 1 here, single part. So f1c is equals to C. क्योंकि एक ही क्वांटिटी है, उसी का प्रोडक्ट अपने हाथ, तो C. फाइन. सो हियर वी हैव दिस yn y1 is C and f1c is C. f क्वांटिटी C का, क्योंकि एक ही पार्टीशन है इसलिए सिंगल पार्टीशन है तो उसकी वैल्यू भी C होगी प्रोडक्ट की. यहाँ f is basically what? f1c is basically what? y1c, single partition, and hence this is equals to C. ठीक. So this is 1. Now 2. When this C is divided into two parts, this C is divided into two parts. Suppose this is denoted by y1 from here to here, then this quantity will be obviously C minus y1 from here to here. So y1 is equals to C, y2 is equals to C minus y1. Sorry, this is y, this is z. This quantity is z, this quantity is z. So y1 is basically z and y2 is C minus z. y1 is designated as z, this amount, and this is basically the y2. So y2 is C minus z. Then f2c, we have divided C into two parts. The product is denoted by f2c. This is equals to y1 into y2. This is y1 into y2 product. So this is equals to z C minus z. ठीक है. Now if you see, because what is our purpose? Our purpose is to construct the recurrence relation. So what is our purpose? So if you will see here, f1c, this is f1c is equals to C. So if you use this, here we have C minus z. So if you replace C minus z here, so C minus z is here. So ultimately we can say that this can be written as z f1 C minus z. f1 C minus z according to this will be C minus z. Hence we can replace this C minus z as f1 C minus z. Fine. What is our aim? Our aim is, here is also our aim is maximize f1c is equals to C. Here is also our task is to maximize f2c is equals to maximum of z f1 C minus z, where z varies from 0 to C. z की जो वैल्यू है वो यहाँ से यहाँ तक पूरा जा सकता है 0 to C. z is a variable quantity. Z is a variable quantity that may be either 0. If z is 0, then we will take this case as it is same first case. But if z is any value from here to here, then that's why z varies from 0 to C. ठीक. So this is written here. When n is 1, we get this. When n is 2, we get this. Here we have one more thing. y1 plus y2 is C. This is y1. This is our y2 from here to here. So their sum is C. ठीक. यही है लिखा गया है here. Now generalize this. When n is 3, number 3, when n is 3, so here we are dividing this quantity C into three parts. So suppose this part is Z. So we are having C minus Z, this quantity from here to here. This is Z. So this is y1 is equals to Z. Then y2 plus y3 is equals to C minus Z here, because we are dividing three parts. So the sum of remaining two parts is C minus Z. The sum of remaining two parts is C minus Z. And now you can see y2 plus y3, this is almost same. Here we have C, here we have C minus Z. So here the function will be this. This is basically the f2 according to this C minus Z, because here the quantity is total sum is C. Here the total sum is C minus Z. So that's why f2 is C minus Z. ठीक? So this is written here. So y1 is Z, y2 plus y3 is C minus Z. However, y1 plus y2 plus y3 is C. So C minus Z can be further divided into two parts, say y2 and y3. Hence the product, the maximum product is f2 C minus Z. क्योंकि इस क्वांटिटी को दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करना है, तो दो पार्ट्स के लिए तो अभी हमने डेवलप किया f2 C minus Z, and hence the product of these three quantities can be written as this y1, but y1 is Z, and the y2 and y3. For y2 y3 is we have f2 C minus Z. So ultimately this can be written as maximum of f3c is equals to y1 y2 y3 is equals to maximize of y1, maximum of this can be written as maximum of y1 is Z, and for y2 y3 we can use this product. This is basically what? This is basically the product, this type of f2c. So this is basically the f2c minus Z. ठीक? दो क्वांटिटीज का प्रोडक्ट, क्वांटिटीज है y2 y3, इनका प्रोडक्ट जो है वो होगा मैक्सिमम वैल्यू f2c minus Z. So y2 y3 can be replaced as f2c minus Z, and again Z varies from 0 to C. This is third. So now generalize this concept. So f for n is equal to m, we have fmc is equal to maximum of Z f of m minus 1 C minus Z, where Z varies from 0 to C. तो आपको आइडिया लग गया. तो here we have a recurrence relation. Now solve the step number 2, solve the functional equations for determining the optimum policy. अब हम इनको सॉल्व करेंगे, and we are solving these in the forward direction. हम इसको forward direction में सॉल्व कर रहे हैं. So start with f. f1c is equal to c. Fine. Now find f2c. f2c is maximum of Z f1 C minus Z, where Z varies from 0 to C. Now substitute the value of this. From here f1c is C, so f1c minus Z is C minus Z. So maximum Z from 0 to C is Z into C minus Z. That means maximum Z for Z from 0 to C is multiply by this, so we get Cz minus Z square. Now differentiate this. To find the maximum, it's a single variable problem, so just differentiate. So for maxima and minima, d by dz of Cz minus Z square is 0. So C minus 2Z is 0, so Z is C by 2. And hence C minus Z will be C minus Z. Z is C by 2. C by 2, so C by 2. Hence, if you check the maximization, so we have to calculate the second derivative, d by dz to Cz minus Z square is equals to, just differentiate 2 times, so we get minus 2, which is a negative quantity. Hence f2c is the maximum when Z is C by 2. So what is f2c? f2c is basically, just substitute the values here. So Z, this is Z, Z is C by 2 into C minus Z. C minus Z is also C by 2. So ultimately C by 2 whole square. And the optimum policy क्या है? C by 2. This is your y1, this is your y2. ठीक, तो यानी कि इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दो. third is f3c. f3c will be maximum of z, f2c minus z, but f2c is basically c by 2 whole square. अभी हमने निकाला this c by 2 whole square, c by 2 whole square, and hence we can use this. Now here we have c minus z, so c minus z is c minus z whole square by 2, so replaced by this value, and then again use calculus. So d, for maximization of this, d by dz of this quantity should be 0. So differentiate this and find out the values of c. So after solving this, we get z is equal to c or c by 3. Just differentiate this. So first derivative of this quantity is as it is this value, plus now this quantity as it is, sorry, now z as it is, and the derivative of this quantity is 2c minus z by 2 into minus 1 is equal to 0. So you can take c minus z common, or c minus z. So ultimately we get c minus z into c minus 3z by 2 is equal to 0. So z is c or c by 3. So if z is c, z is c का मतलब क्या हुआ, केवल और केवल एक ही पार्टीशन ले रहे हैं. Then we have only one partition, and then in that case we have this will be the solution. Fine, first case आ जाएगा. So here we are not taking this, we are taking this case. So for three partitions, z is c by 3 is possible solution. अगर z c ले लेंगे तो इसका मतलब एक ही पार्टीशन बैठेगा, तो हम तो 3 लेके लिए ले रहे हैं, तो इसलिए ये फिजिबल नहीं है, ये फिजिबल है. सो नाउ c माइनस z विल बी c माइनस c by 3, that means 2c by 3. So f3c will be according to this f3c will be, यहाँ वैल्यू रखेंगे z is c by 3, c minus z by 2 which is c minus, इसको 2 से डिवाइड कर लो, c माइनस z बाय 2, सो बाय 2 करेंगे तो c by 3 होल स्क्वायर, सो c by 3 क्यूब. एंड ऑप्टिमम पॉलिसी फॉर 3 पार्टीशंस इज, क्या हो जाएगा ऑप्टिमम पॉलिसी तब, c by 3 तीनों इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जाएंगे, ठीक. एंड fm एंड f3c विल बी c by 3 क्यूब. नाउ अब हम जनरल ले लेते हैं. इन जनरल m पार्ट्स, अगर हम m पार्ट्स ले रहे हैं तो देन वी आर हैविंग c by m, c by m, c by m. सो fmc इज इक्वल टू c by m रेज़ टू द पावर m एज पर द मैथमेटिकल इंडक्शन. जो हमने देखा कि ये पैटर्न है. अब हम इसको चेक कर लेंगे कि m+1 के लिए भी यही आ रहा है. इफ सो देन वी एक्सेप्ट दिस सॉल्यूशन. सो लेट्स सी. सो हियर n इज 2, 3 और m, इनके लिए ट्रू है. Now we will examine for the n is equal to m+1 as per the mathematical induction. So according to this formula, fm+1 will be maximization over z from 0 to c for the function z fmc minus z. So this is written here. fm+1c is equal to maximum of z fmc minus z. What is fmc minus z? fmc minus z will be according to the pattern c minus z by m raised to the power m. If here is c minus z, so here will be c minus z. तो यहाँ क्योंकि c minus z है तो c minus z raised by m raised to the power m. Now again differentiate this and put it 0. So d by dz of this quantity is equal to 0. Simplify this and get the solution. So we get this plus this quantity. After simplification, z is either c upon m+1 or c. Again if z is c, then we are having only one partition, so which we have already discussed. So let's see, we will take this for feasible possible partition. So we take this quantity, z is c upon m+1. So fm+1c is c upon m+1 c minus z. This z is this by m raised to the power m. After simplification we get c upon m+1 raised to the power m+1. So the optimum policy is c upon m+1, c upon m+1, c upon m+, equally distributed, and hence and product is this. So that's why hence the required optimum policy क्या होना चाहिए for n number of partitions, c by n, c by n, c by n, and f and c will be c by n raised to the power n. So this should be the optimum policy. Fine. Now in the next example again we are having continuous case, but here we have interchanged the here. Here the problem is slightly changed. If you see, what is the problem? Maximum of f is the product, and here we have sum. However, here we have sum, here is the product. So problem is interchange. Constraint becomes objective and objective becomes constraint. So here is this. So this is, so minimize, and the problem is of minimization. So minimum of z is equal to x1 plus x2 plus xn. Subjected to that, the product of these quantity is equal to some d. So, and each xn, x2, xn is greater than equal to 0. Fine. So now develop the functional equation. So suppose this product is denoted by f and d. Denote the, sorry, this sum is denoted by f and d. Let f and d denotes the minimum attainable sum z is equal to x1 plus x2 plus xn when d is factorized in n number of factors x1 x2 xn. ठीक. So when n1 is 1, जब a के पार्ट में फैक्टराइज किया, then according to this x1 is equal to d. केवल a की, ये तो x2 x3 होगा ही नहीं, so x1 is equals to d. And f1d is minimum of z. According to this, minimum of z, minimum of what is z? Z is basically x1. क्योंकि पूरी क्वांटिटी this quantity d is entirely given to z. ये पूरी क्वांटिटी z है. ठीक. So minimum of z is a variable, and here z is given as, fine. So this is minimum of z, but z is entirely given or represented by this x1. z is equal to x1, ये तो होंगे ही नहीं, तो z is equal to x1. So z is replaced by x1, and x1 is nothing but d. So this is equation number 1. Now when we are taking two partition, so suppose x1 is represented by y and the product is d, then obviously x2 will be d by y. ठीक. तो हम यहाँ z लिख लेते. अब हमने उसको, ये जो वेरिएबल क्वांटिटी है, क्योंकि हम यहाँ z का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं ऑब्जेक्टिव फंक्शन का, z here. So here the quantity is denoted by say y. This quantity is y. ठीक. y. तो x1 को y दे दिया, तो x1 x2 का जो प्रोडक्ट है, क्योंकि वो d के बराबर है, तो यहाँ से x2 निकल जाएगा, d अपॉन y. What is our task? Our task is f2d. This is denotes the sum of two quantities, minimum sum of two quantities. So minimum of z is equal to minimum of x1 plus x2 sum. Now minimum of what is x1? x1 is y. What is x2? d upon y, where y varies from 0 to d, क्योंकि total quantity तो d ही है, product, इसलिए d. Now but according to this first case, when f1d is d, so if here we have d by y, so we can say f1 d by y. So this d by y is replaced by f1 d by y, so that we have a recurrence relation. Fine. Now extend this concept for the number of partitions 3. So suppose x1 is y, then obviously x2 into x3 will be d by y, क्योंकि टोटल क्या है, x1 into x2 into x3 is d. If x1 is y, then x2 x3 will be d by y. Fine. So d by y is further divided into two parts, and hence total minimum product will be total minimum sum will be f2 d by y. So we can say that f3d is minimum of z, which is nothing but x1 plus x2 plus x3, but x1 is y, and sum of these two quantities, minimum sum, is denoted by f2 d by y. So f2 d by y, and hence generalize this. So we have fm d is equal to minimum of y plus f of m minus 1 d by y. So this is the procedure. Now solve this step number 2 in forward direction. So f1d is d, started with first partition. Now from the second, f2d is minimum of y plus f1 d by y, and minimization is taken over y, which varies from 0 to d. So now differentiate What is f1 d by y according to this? F1 d by y will be d by y. Now differentiate this and put it 0. So differentiate this thing. D by dy of y plus d by y is equal to 0. After simplification we get 1 minus d by y whole square is equal to 0. So y is plus minus square root of d. Fine. And now differentiate again twice. So d2 by dy2. So we get 2d by y cube. This quantity will be positive for y is equal to square root of d. So here we are taking the positive value. Why? Because we have already assumed that this quantity should be positive. Hence y assumes positive value because x is positive, क्योंकि क्वांटिटी पॉजिटिव है पार्टीशन, तो जो y इसका वेरिएबल है वो भी पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए. सो y इज स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ d, दिस शुड बी पॉजिटिव. Fine. So f2d is minimum for y is equal to square root of d. Now substitute these value here. So we get y is square root of d and d by y will be d upon square root of d. So 2 square root of d. This is fifth. So optimal policy is square root of d, d by square root of d. That is square root of d, square root of d. तो दोनों को equally distribute कर दिया, square root of d, square root of d. So total sum is this. However, the product is d. Similarly, if we are taking 3 partitions, so f3d is equal to minimum of y plus f2 d by y. In place of f1, अब हम दो बचेंगे यहाँ पे सम. But what is f2 d by y? f2 d by y according to this will be 2 square root of d by y. तो ये आ गया. Again differentiate this and put it 0. So d by dy of this y plus 2 square root of d by y is equal to 0. Differentiate this. So we get 1 minus 2 square root of d 1 by 2 raised to the power y raised to the power minus 3 by 2 is equal to 0. After simplification, this for y we get y is equal to d raised to the power 1 by 3 after simplification. Now again second derivative of this quantity. This is positive when y is d by d raised to the power 1 by 3. Hence, this represents that the value will be minimum. So f3d will be f3d. f3d is here. Put y plus this here. Put y here. What is y? Y is equals to d raised to the power 1 by 3. So d raised to the power 1 by 3 plus twice square root of d upon y. Square root of d upon y. Y is d raised to the power 1 by 3. So d raised to the power 1 by 3 divide raised to the power half because we have square root. So that's why half. So after simplification we get this d raised to the power 1 by 3 plus twice d raised to the power 1 by 2 minus 1 by 6. So ultimately we get 3 d raised to the power 1 by 3. So the optimum policy is d raised to the power 1 by 3 d. What is the value? So this is your y1, sorry x1 is this, which is y, and now this quantity is divided into, here is the logic, this quantity is the x1, this quantity, because y is what, if you will see here this is y. Y means x1 is y. X1 is y. So x1 is y. Y is d raised to the power 1 by 3 and x2 x3 is d. So x2 x3 is d raised to the power 2 by 3 and this is to be divided into 2 parts. And for 2 parts, if you will see, when we are dividing a quantity into 2 parts, so we equally distribute it. तो किसी भी क्वांटिटी को अगर 2 पार्ट में हम डिवाइड कर रहे हैं तो वो इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे थे. सिमिलरली हियर इफ क्वांटिटी इज डी रेज टू द पावर 2 by 3 तो स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ हो जाएगा स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस, क्योंकि एक क्वांटिटी को 2 पार्ट्स में हम स्क्वायर रूट से डिवाइड कर रहे थे. तो इस क्वांटिटी को भी हमें, इस क्वांटिटी को जो बची हुई क्वांटिटी है ये, इसको भी 2 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करो. सो वी गेट डी रेज टू द पावर 2 by 3 रेज टू द पावर हाफ, d raised to the power 2 by 3 raised to the power half according to the previous वो policy, so ultimately we get d raised to the power 1 by 3, d raised to the power 1 by 3, d raised to the power 1. तो equally distribute करते जा रहे हैं. So, and proceeding in this way we get f and d will be, so here f3d is 3, d raised to the power 1 by 3. So f and d will be n, d raised to the power 1 by n, and the optimum policy will be d raised to the power 1 by n, d raised to the power 1 by n, d raised to the power 1 by n. Now अब हम इसको n m के लिए हम मान लेंगे और m+1 के लिए प्रूफ करेंगे. So dmd will be m d raised to the power 1 by m, and optimum policy is d raised to the power 1 by m, d raised to the power 1 by m, d raised to the power 1 by m. Now prove this relation for n is equal to m+1. ठीक, तो अब हमने इसको प्रूफ किया. So fm+1d is minimum of y and fm dy. जैसे पहले किया था, तो मिनिमम ऑफ y प्लस इसकी वैल्यू हम यहाँ से पुट कर देंगे, यहाँ से m d by y, बिकॉज क्वांटिटी इज d by y, सो d by y रेज़ टू द पावर 1 by m. फिर डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे, पुट 0 करेंगे, अल्टीमेटली वी गेट y इज इक्वल टू d रेज़ टू द पावर 1 by m+1. ठीक, अब ये वैल्यू क्योंकि हमें पता है ये प्रोडक्ट जो है x1 x2 xm+1 d के बराबर है. y मीन्स दिस इज बेसिकली द y इज नथिंग बट x1. x1 की वैल्यू इतनी आ गई, तो ये प्रोडक्ट हो गया आपका बचा हुआ प्रोडक्ट x1 x2 से लेके xm+1 तक. ये होना चाहिए d रेज़ टू द पावर m अपॉन m+1. बट अगर हम टोटल m नंबर ऑफ क्वांटिटीज़ ले रहे हैं तो उनको तो हमने इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया हुआ है, इसका मतलब इसको भी हमें इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना पड़ेगा. सो d इसको बाय m करेंगे तो d रेज़ टू द पावर 1 बाई m+1, d रेज़ टू द पावर 1 बाई m+, ऐसे ब्रेक करना पड़ेगा. सो वी हैव टू ब्रेक दिस क्वांटिटीज. हैंस अल्टीमेटली व्हाट विल बी आवर पॉलिसी? Our policy should be like this: d raised to the power 1 by m+1, d raised to the power m+1, d raised to the power m+1, and total sum will be fm+1 d is d raised to the power 1 by m+1, this x1 plus m d raised to the power, this is your f2, this is this quantity. So m d by d raised to the power 1 upon m+1 raised to the power 1 by m. After simplification we get this, hence proved. ठीक, now in the next video we will take another example. Okay, thank you.